Hello, everybody. How are you this fine afternoon? This is not working properly. No, 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 no. Hmm. Y'all, we got a lot going on, and I don't know. I can't even get me up here. Hmm. Hi, Lori. I got a mess over here. How did you find me? Because I can't find me. Watching from the bushes about to head to a meeting. Okay, okay. Yeah, mm, I can't see anything. Um, wow. Because on the TV it says restream, and I'm clearly in StreamYard, and of course I see nothing on restream, but it says I'm live on restream and that 10 are watching, but I'm not there. And I don't know how to I don't know how to get over there. I don't. And we'll watch later than good one. Okay. Okay, I didn't see what was said. Okay, I can't find it. Oh, I on YouTube. He's even put. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hello, BB. How are you, love? If I open Restream now, it's gonna kick me out of StreamYard. I only have my phone. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. And I pushed the start button. Okay, hold on. Here it is. Here it is. I think. Okay. I hope I can get everybody to come over here. I found me on StreamYard on the TV. Boy. Okay, first of all, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. How are you? I'm so happy to see you all. I really am. We got, y'all, I did this in 5 minutes and did. Okay, so first of all aboard, I am very, very, very happy that we are back at 533 subscribers and we have 1,529 viewing hours for the 365-day period. Michelle, how are you, my love? So happy to see you again. This morning I did have my breakfast. I had chicken strips and tart cherry juice. I do the tart cherry juice, which is helping me. Look at that. Look at that. It's helping with this gout, y'all. Yes, it is. I did have my 20 ounces of coffee. I think I'm down to about an ounce and a half now. Okay, that's absolutely fine. I understand, Michelle. I do. Because you are busy, busy, busy. I get it. Also, my coffee was the 20 ounces of Folgers wax soap. And I did bring it down another couple of notches, down to 14 ounces of caramel macchiato. So I am decreasing 2 ounces a day. I'm trying to get it down to 10 ounces. I'm trying. It's closed now. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And as for my drink, I did have 3 bottles of water this morning. I'm down to two. Thank you. I've been working on this right arm. And then please don't forget, if you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. It's free. And when you do, check that bell that has the dimples so that you always know when I'm dropping fresh new content. Please share the videos. Somebody else might love us as much as we love us. Don't forget to hit that like button and always leave comments. I do read and try to respond to all comments, even if it's just a like or a heart. I try really, really hard. Okay, as for finished objects, now I had done several of these. Yesterday, I think I had a total count of 27, and we had to break it back down a little bit. So here what you're looking at is 18. You're looking at 22. 5 of them we had to break back down. I went back and looked at them, and they weren't the quality that I wanted. So, and my goal is to fill this box. You can see we are well on our way. So that's where the finished objects have been. I tried again last night to lift the blanket, and I told myself that I was going to wait until until after we did our first week today, and then I'd put this evening into that. So hopefully we're on the last stretch of the blanket. That's why it's so heavy. So hopefully it won't be long before that's completed. All right, groups, of course, please don't forget to check out our very own Yes Michelle Crochets. Today she had the stitching corner. And if I said that wrong, please charge it to my head, not to my heart. But that's on Saturdays. And on Mondays, she brings us our regular video. And she also has what I have fallen in love with just 2 episodes, is the Cozy Encyclopedia. Absolutely amazing. Awesome job, Michelle. I love it. I love it. I love it. The first episode was, of course, the slip stitch, and the second episode was the chain stitch. Doesn't sound like a lot to you professional crocheters, but very helpful information. She tells you, she doesn't only show you the structure of the stitch, she tells you why it's there. In the chain, she teaches you the proper way to count with your chain and what it's used for. So very good. Don't forget to go check out Juan the Yarn Addict, as he has all the things. He absolutely has all the things. And every other Wednesday, he has the WWCW, hashtag WWCW, which is Wildcard Wednesday Challenge Week. Okay? And on the opposing Wednesdays, he has the Let's Chat Stitches. I cannot tell you, I think that's something all of us should go check out as well. Every single time I go, I learn at least one thing. So it's very helpful, very insightful. And I just encourage everybody to go check that out as well. Lori's Stories of Crochet, the stories, guys, it almost takes me back to my childhood when I hear her stories, because if you don't know, Lori was an educator. She was a teacher at one point. My mother was a teacher. My aunt was a teacher. My daughter is a teacher. I was surrounded by teachers. My grandmother was the manager of a cafeteria of a private school. And Esquian School, I may be saying that wrong, but they taught horse riding, but it was also a private school. So I've been around schools all my life. And some of the stories that she tells are so relatable to things that I have heard or seen being related, DNA related to so many educators. Yeah, yeah. I remembered you saying you were a teacher. Yeah. And then also, you know that the blanket that I'm working on that I talk so much about is the Stitcherhood donation blanket. If you want to know about that, go check out Camille. Yes, that one. Equestrian. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Equestrian. I thank you. I appreciate that. But Camille can tell you everything you need to know about the Stitcherhood Drive. Another person who is very instrumental in that is our very own Lori. She can give you, if not 100% of the information, 99.99% she can give you. Yes, you do tonight at, I think it's 10 o'clock our time. So I think it's 9 o'clock your time, Lori. Is that what it is? It's showing up 10 o'clock on the mine. So if you want to watch and learn more about it, check out Lori's channel tonight. Healthometer, mood. Some of you know and some of you don't know. Wednesday night, we lost the patriarch of our family, my Uncle Ernest. Uncle Ernest was, I believe, 94, if I'm not mistaken. He was either 94 or 95. He was one of the ones that used to travel down this way and go fishing with us a lot. I'm sure you remember I told you that my mom and I loved fishing, and it was always nice. Okay, okay, 8 o'clock Eastern. But we loved fishing, and it was always fun to go. His name was Abraham, and we called him Uncle Ham. Real cute, quick story. My mother and my Uncle Ham, he is her uncle, so he's my great uncle, my grandfather's brother. Yeah. Okay. So whenever we would have the family reunions, we always had very long spreads. I mean, like at least 6 picnic tables put together, and they were jam packed with food. You just get your plate and walk around these picnic tables. And we had a family full of preachers. Whenever, whichever preacher would bow their head to pray, usually either Uncle Lonnie or Uncle Clint, Uncle Ham would be at one end of the table, and my mama would be at the other end of the table. And by the time the prayer was done or the grace, they would be at opposite ends of the table and full. We got long-winded preachers in our family, y'all. So my mood, after talking to a few family members and, pulling back and holding strong to my faith, my mood is about a 9 now. I understand growing up in a funeral home that um, transitioning is a part of life. I've been around a lot of it. I've seen a lot of it. It does not lessen the hurt, but it does help me to move through that wave. So, yeah, thank you seriously for mentioning the time because I had the time set wrong for. Okay, okay. So, yes, 8 o'clock tonight. That's cool. That's cool. Not a problem. And I'm glad I was able to do that. As for my health, I would have to put my health up there around a 9. We've had some exciting things to happen. Last week, Meals on Wheels was successful, except Monday. We don't know what happened Monday, but it was okay because the rest of the week everything went smoothly. And then Thursday, y'all, I'm finally getting my in-home health care. Thursday, the young lady came out and went over all the paperwork, and I signed all the documents, and we start moving forth from there. So I'm excited about that. My daughter's excited about that because this is like a job to her. They literally said that I'm her employer. So it 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 helps us out tremendously in so many areas. Okay, so we've been A through H, and now on to I. Important events. April 25th and April 27th. April 27th is my official 2-year anniversary, and we're going to celebrate it on the 25th, which is on a Saturday. And like I said, what I'd like for you to do, I'm going to repost the question. If you have any questions at all that you would like to ask me, please do so on the community post page, on the Facebook Create and Relate page with the K. The C one is there. The Create and Relate with the C is there, but it doesn't really tell me. I really have to do some hunting and searching to see if anyone is there. But the K, Create and Relate, you can also, plus your channel is growing. Yes, yes. And you can also, if we are friends on Facebook, you can hit me up through Messenger. If you have my number, you can text me, and you can always email me at kittylane.createandrelate, and that create is with a C, and it's N, not A-N-D, at gmail.com. So that's how you reach me there. The joke of the day. What did the furl hook say to the crocheter? Anybody want to guess? What did the furl hook say to the crocheter? Do, 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 do. You're right. You're absolutely right about that, baby. Hey, absolutely, don't drop me. That's not the answer, but that's a good one. The answer I have is mine. Wait a minute, hold on. My goal is to have that yarn for you. Okay, okay, cool. Yarn for you too. Yes, ma'am. Oh, mama! Hey, mama! Yo, mama is here. I think my mood just went up to 20. She said, I'll hook you up. That's cute. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, what did the pearl hook say to the crocheter? My, aren't you a hooker? Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay, so we've had A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and K. Yes. Crochet with Kitty. We're going to get those back on track starting Monday. So please be looking out for those. A video has already been recorded. If it behaves and stays on my phone, that'll be the first one you see. So a little further down, I'll let you know the schedule for my appearances. And then L, look out for. I am still tracking down lightweight projects that we can work on. I don't want the usuals. So that's why I'm really, really looking for things. Um, what I did find out is that the nursing company that's working with me here, they have um, they have a charity themselves. So one of the things they do is reach out to nursing homes, and she did find out that I crochet. So we're hoping that we can get together and see something. She did mention She did mention blankets or lap throws for those patients who are in wheelchairs. I don't know. I don't know how many. Oh my goodness, I don't know the answer. I saw that. But I don't know how many nursing homes she's working with, if it's just in this area or if it's, you know, a little broader than right here. But she and I are going to talk a little more this week coming up. I do know that I will be seeing her at least once a month. So whatever I can do or we can do, will I'll be able to give those to her on a pretty regular basis. Okay. So we got that done. And like I said, of course, other things I'm looking into, like, the bandanas were a really big craze a couple of years ago, and they were still kind of popular last year. I haven't seen that many this year. I am looking into um, more shawls, more of the lightweight shawls. I do not have the dimensions right now, Mama. I did look some up online, and what I got was anywhere between 30 and 32. So either 30 by 30 up to 32 by 32. So that was what I got when I looked it up. But I want to check with her first and see if she has a different concept. Okay. So now we move on to the letter M. Mindful. Yes, Joan, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. And what am I talking about? The journals. Don't forget your journals. Don't forget, if you're not a journaler, 10 little entries to get you started. It sounds like a lot, but they're so small. Your mood in the morning when you get up and before you go to bed at night. How you feel in the morning when you get up and when you go to bed at night. And write down two people that you want to contact in that day, that week, that month, however long you give yourself. And then write down three things that you want to accomplish for that day and a little short paragraph about how your day went. That's simple. That's simple. You can get that done in no time. I think it would be nice to crochet. I do too. I do too. And I kind of brought that up to her. I don't think she knew what it was. We were trying to keep it, you know what I'm talking about, John. But we were trying to keep it all, as professional as possible as to my health care. So we have a lot more talking to do. But I did want to let you all know that I had gotten in contact with somebody. I've been looking ever since I've been here. And one of the reasons I was looking is because I'm one of those people. I'm very when I before I left Portsmouth, I was an assistant manager for a while at a Dollar General, and I used to buy bags and fill them and just give them away to the homeless population that was in downtown Portsmouth. The poetry community got behind me, and we went different places and did this, and it was so fulfilling. It just gives you a sense of happiness and joy to know that you made a positive difference in someone else's life. I don't care if it's a kind word or to sit down and listen when they need someone to talk to, or giving them things that people don't normally think about. You generally, when people give to the homeless, they give things like hats and blankets, and but we have a facility in downtown Portsmouth that has, I think they have 30 showers set up. And when they come, they get to take a shower. So, what about a washcloth? What about a poofer? What about body wash or a bar soap and deodorant and powder if they use it and lotion? Y'all forgive me, you know how this leg is. But those types of things that a lot of people really don't think about. Toothbrush and toothpaste, socks. things, toilet paper, paper towels, those types of things. And I used to fill the bags up with these things. I hosted a poetry venue called Versa Style. And sometimes I would take everything down to Versa Style. And all the poets who came in would help. We'd form an assembly line and just fill the bags, and load them all up in the trunk of my car or in the back of the van. And the next day I went to work. I'd take about 5 or 10 bags in with me. And when they came in, they get a bag. And another thing that it did, it cut down on our loss a lot. It did. They were coming in taking things that they needed. And sometimes I would put like little $10 gift cards in there for them. So when they needed things like Tylenol or, other little things that you just can't put in everybody's bag, or foods, different foods that they wanted, uh, that card gave them an opportunity to get those things. So, yeah. And then the other thing under mindful is the 30 minutes of organization, just 30 minutes. If you want to do more than 130 minutes a day, that's fine. One way to knock out that 30 minutes, like I said, is crochet 20 minutes. Use 10 minutes doing something around the house. Wash those few dishes that are in the sink. Wipe the appliances down in the kitchen. And all of these are separate. You don't have to do all of this at one time. Wash those dishes, put them in the dish drainer, come back and get another 20 minutes in, go back in, wipe your appliances down, come back and get another 20 minutes of crocheting in, go back in and sweep your floor. You can break it up into things like that. And that way you're not overwhelming yourself, you're not pressuring yourself, and you're getting things done. Okay? Okay. I don't have anything on the N or P, but I do have a really cute quote of the day. And y'all know I look up everything crochet. So this is a crochet quote of the day. If someone makes you something out of yarn, they like you. If they make that something using black yarn, they love you. That is so true. And of course, the author is unknown. Huh, but it's okay. I love that author anyway because they're so right. Those journals they are different, but they're so worth it. They're so worth it. Okay, for R, you know that I always tell you, please, 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 and y'all, I'm talking to me as much as I'm talking to you all. Get your rest. Get your rest. Excuse me. And if there's anything in your life that you want to start over, you feel like you got to do this again or whatever, or that plan that you have is not working out, you can start over in the next breath. So rest and reset. We got this. We can do that. We got a whole community behind each other. That's what we're here for. Okay, and now for the S. Stretch and schedule. Put those two together for a reason. I'm going to give you the schedule first, and I'm going to incorporate the stretch in there because that's okay. Let's go. Let's go in order. Jumping ahead of myself. On Monday, you should look for a video of Crochet with Kitty. I don't know what time of day it's coming out, but sometime before midnight Monday, you should look for a Crochet with Kitty video. On Tuesdays, live at noon Eastern Time, we have Takeoff Tuesdays. That's setting us up for the week, saying what we have going on and what we're going to be looking forward to. On Wednesdays, look for another Crochet with Kitty. What we do during these sessions are 15 to 45 minutes of crocheting. I may be talking, I may not be talking. It depends on what I'm working on and how difficult it may be. I will try to work with things that are pretty simple that I don't have to count or constantly be into what I'm doing. And that way I can give Joan conversation. I can give you all conversation. Okay, so Thursday we have another live at noon Eastern Time, and that's Thoughtful Thursday. Thoughtful Thursday. On Friday, I'm coming to you twice. I'm coming to you Friday morning at 7:45 because this is the video that I want you all to look at every day. At the beginning of this video, what do? We stretch. We stretch. I give you a series of exercises that you can pop in every morning and look at. A little short video just to tell you how to stretch those fingers, you know, how to loosen those shoulders, how to loosen that neck. Yeah. And I'm showing you all of these, and you can go back and reference that video however often you need to. But if you can't find it, every Friday, there's going to be one. It's going to be a fresh one. Give me come every Friday. Um, there's going to be a fresh one. It's going to be a repeat of the exercises, but it's going to be a fresh one in case you can't find the ones before. You'll know that it's there. And then, of course, a little later on, or maybe earlier, I don't know, another crochet with Kitty. So you're going to get 3 of those a week. On Saturdays at 1:30, and I do apologize about today. I was thinking since Restream did me so well the last 2 times that I could just pop in to Restream and we were going to be straight. That is awesome, BB. That is absolutely awesome. Okay, and then yeah, you'll have me on Saturday. And then of course the tea. I have given you all the tea that I have, and I promised you that I was going to start with you all today making a project bag. Now, the portion of this that we're doing today, I want to talk to you about it before we do it. And we may not actually start today because we got started so late. But this way it'll give everybody time to get all of your materials together. If you don't want any stretch at all or very, very minimal stretch, you want to use cotton. You want to use what people call peaches and concrete, or sugar and concrete or whatever. You want to use those really hard cottons. Yes, they will soften up when you wash them. You don't want to use a cotton blend. You want to use straight cotton. Um, I wouldn't even recommend using any animal fibers. But yes, just stick with the cotton. Um, the materials that we're going to use, or the stitches that we're going to use, are pretty hearthy and hardy stitches. So it's going to give you either one or the other, no stretch or a lot of stretch. And I love the versatility of what I'm using. Okay, and that's fine. It doesn't matter what kind of cotton, but if you, for minimal stretch, you don't want to use a cotton blend. Now, if you do want a little bit of stretch, just for the comfort of the snuggability, then you want to use a cotton blend. You want to use a cotton blend. Um, but if you don't mind that stretch and you want lightweight and practical and stretchy, you want to go with the worsted. I know you want no stretch. We talked about that. But you want to go with the worsted weight or a DK weight or anything like acrylic. I would stay away from like the wools and the alpaca and what's the M one? The real fuzzy M one. I can't remember right now. But I would stay away from those for a project bag. This is more like a tool. And I would go with acrylic. Now, if you want like super stretchy and a heavyweight bag, you want to go with, that's right, merino. That's it. If you want to go with a heavyweight bag, I would go with bamboo. Eileen, I'm sorry I didn't see you. How are you? So yes, you can use any kind of blends that you want, but make sure that it's going to facilitate the kind of stretch or no stretch that you want. What I recommend and what I'm showing you in hook sizes, use two hook sizes very close to each other. I will be using a 5.0 and a 5.5. You're going to use the 5.0 for your base, and you're going to use the 5.5 for the rest of it. If you're more comfortable using larger hooks, then you of course you're going to go like 5.5 and 6 or 6 and 6.5. You're going to go in succession. Can you go smaller? Of course you can. This is your bag. You're going to make it for you. I'm not going to give you any specific size because you know what kind of bag you want. You know what size bag you want. I am going to give you the tools and I'm going to work with you as we go so that we can create items like this. So we're going to have that nice, thick, flat bottom, and we're going to have the base for our sides coming up. Right now it's curling, but of course, you know, as you work on it, it's going to straighten up. Um, and what I'm using is just yarn. That's all I'm using. I suggest you have your two hooks, your scissors, your yarn needle, and your tape measure. And if you're like me, have your water, your cough drop. Just saying. There's nothing really hard about this at all. The corners for this part may be a little confusing when you get to the first two rounds. You only want to accent the corners. I only accent the corners on the first three rounds. I think I just did round four, yeah. And I just went all the way around on round four, and I'm going to go around one more time. I'm using full weight yarn and a 15 millimeter hook on my stitcher blanket. That's cool. That is absolutely cool. But yes, two hooks, your scissors, your yarn needle, and the tape measure. You want the tape measure so that it will come to size. This is an 8 by 12. This is 30 stitches across and 50 rows. Yeah, 50 rows long. Ooh, I had to think about that for a second. And the stitch that we use for the bottom is the thermal half double crochet. Why the thermal half double crochet? Is because even when you do stretch it or pull it apart, I'm using acrylic, I can do that. I can barely see through that. I can I can't see my screen, but that's what it's for. So that your scissors are not poking out of it. You run less of a risk of losing your hook. Um, and on ours, we're gonna add a pocket. We're gonna add a pocket or two. Yes, we're gonna add a pocket or two. One is going to be a very wide pocket that goes along the width of your bag so that you can stick your pattern in there if you'd like. Oh, thank you. The only reason I'm doing it, BB, is so that you'll have a hard bottom. One of the things that I like in bags that I make is a darker bottom because usually this is sitting on the floor beside us, you know, and I like the darker better. I do. But this is my personal bag. Of course, this is the colorway that I'm going to be using for the one that we do ours. This is something else I was working up. And of course, this is just yarn as well. And it is being frogged. So that's what I'm working on, even if we work on and off screen. Yes, we are going to work with it off screen. We're going to have homework. we are definitely going to have homework. Pockets are great. We'll have a second pocket so that if you want, our next thing will be to make a notion bag, and we can stick the notion bag on the inside pocket. So we're going to have a pocket on the outside and a pocket on the inside. Okay. For those of you who love to sew, the option is always there to line your bag. I'm not a seamstress. I know how to sew, but I'm not a seamstress. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Um, I will tell you several options of how to close your bag. Me personally, I just want the straps or the handles. That I do better carrying the handles. Of course, I'll work with you in making longer handles if you like, drawstring if you like, make recommendations for other closures. But I personally, I do the handles much better than anything else. So now I also build my foundation row. Is that terrorizing anybody? I hope not. I hope not. Because if you go back to January's videos of the tutorials of squares, one of the squares that I did was the thermal half double crochet square. And that's typically all we're doing. Yeah. So what I'm going to do with you all is I'm going to make a smaller bag. So you're going to see just a snippet of my beautiful face. And let's see here. Pull that out. And we're going to slowly move you all down here. And I don't have the reason I'm not using the overhead camera right now is because I don't want to make you all seasick for one. And I have to work so hard, I forget from one time to the next how to set that tripod up, which is why we're ordering me another one that's a little easier, a lot easier to set up. If you don't like doing the foundation um, half double crochet or the foundation row where you build as you go, determine how long or how wide, how deep, how wide the thickness of your bag. Like I said, mine is 8 inches by 12 inches. The brown one that you saw, the one that I'm going to work on with you is probably going to be more like a 4 by 6. I'm going to half everything. So all you do is make your slip stitch. Michelle shows you how to make the slip stitch. So y'all got that. And then you chain 2. Okay? And then you're gonna yarn over and go in the back bump of that first chain that you did and pull your yarn through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Hello, nature. How are you? And then you're going to yarn over and pull through one of those loops. That's creating your chain for that stitch. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. You have created your first half double crochet and chain for your foundation row. Now, depending on the size of the bag that you want, you're going to continue this until you get the width of your bag, and I'm meaning the side width. When you open your bag from front to back, that space in there. And like I said, I'm going to half what I had before. So I had 30 stitches across the bottom before. I'm going to do 15 here. Now what we do is yarn over, and we're going to go under that chain that we built. So you're only going to pick up that V. Make sure that you only pick up that V. You don't want to pick up 3 stitches. It's very easy to pick up 3, but we're only going to pick up those 2. And then you're going to yarn over and pull under that V. Still having 3 on your hook. You're going to do the same thing you just did. Yarn over and pull through 1. That makes your second chain. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. And now you have 2 half double crochet with the chain at the bottom. If you flip your work upside down and look, you'll see those 2 chains right across the bottom, 1 and 2, right there. You'll see also your 2 chains at the top. And then you're going to do this again. Yarn over, go under that second chain that you created, and pull your yarn through, 3 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 1, still 3 on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3. And that's stitch number 3. I'm so sorry, love. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate you stopping by. Okay. Okay. Real quick. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear nature. Happy birthday to you. We love you. Okay, I hope you all kept going. So, like I said, you're going to yarn over, go under that chain, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, and yarn over, pull through 3. I just completed my 4th one. And then you keep going until you get at the width that you want. If you all need any help with this whatsoever, please reach out to me. Email me, and I am more than happy to help you in whatever way I can. You're so welcome, love. You're so welcome. If it put a smile in your heart, I'm happy. Okay, this is number 10. To 11. 12. 13, two more, 14 and 15. Okay, I have my 15 half double crochets. And I'm going to chain one and flip my page. And then from here, I want you to examine your, sorry, also didn't want, but that comes from me moving. I want you to examine your half double crochets. When you look at the top of your half double crochet, you'll see a set of V's going forward and a set of V's going backwards. All three of these loops will give you a different look depending on how you go under them. When you're facing yourself, you should see if you're a right-handed crocheter and you're facing yourself with your work, you should see the bottom part of your V making that arrow to the right. The open end of your V should be to the left. If you flip your work up, it's the opposite. The bottom of your V is going to be to the left. The open end is going to be to the right. So what you have is the back loop, the top loop, and the front loop. That's exactly what I was trying not to do, Hadijah. I didn't want to do that to you. I really didn't. What we're going to be using is the front loop and the middle loop. But your first and last half double crochet will go under the middle and the back loop. So you're going to go under the backwards V. You're going to yarn over and go in that stitch like you would normally. Pull through. I'm sorry. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through all three. So that is your first half double crochet for your second row. And now for stitches 2 through 13, if you have 15. If you have 20, it'll be stitches 2 through 19, or however many you have. You're going to go all the way to, you're going to complete all the way up to next to the last stitch. And from here, you're going to go under the V that's pointing to your right, which means you're going to yarn over and you're going to go down under that work. So you want to turn your work kind of away from you so you can work under that V. And you only want to pick up those 2 stitches or those 2 loops. So that's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like you ran that hook up from the bottom of your work. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through. And then yarn over and pull through all 3. You will see where it pulls that front loop up. That's what you want. So you're going to do that all the way across. Your next stitch, go under that V, yarn over, pull through, and pull through all 3 on your hook. And you're going to continue that to your next to last stitch. Like I said, it's kind of like you're sliding up the stitch to go under these loops. It'll give you a really smooth front. And if you look at the back of your work, you can see where a ridge is forming across the back. Sorry for the cracking. That was my knee. Okay, now when you get to your last stitch, you're going to go into your middle loop and your back loop, just like you did the first one. And that loop looks like it kind of leans to the front. That's exactly where you want to go with it. And make sure you go under both of those loops. Well, maybe if I make it a half double crochet, there we go. You're going to make that half double crochet, and then you're going to chain. Okay. Okay, sis, I understand. And then you're going to flip your work over. Now, this is where it gets what my mama would say tricky, but it's really very simple. You notice I made mention of this ridge you just built across the back. You're going to use that ridge from this point forward. So when you flip your work around, remember your first and last stitch are going to be regular half double crochets. You're going to yarn over and make your first half double crochet. And now you're going to insert your hook under this ridge and under these two loops as well. So you're going to pick up 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to do that all the way down. I'll do 2 and show you how they look. So you're going to go under that first one, which is the row down, and then under your front and middle of the row you just did, and complete your half double crochet. And you're going to do that for the next one. Row down, and then under the front too. And that's how your work is going to look on the front side facing you, still nice and smooth. But on the back side, you're creating a deeper ridge back here because you're not bothering this back loop at all. You continue that all the way down that row. Like I said, if you have any problems, please don't hesitate to reach out. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Also, if you want to see it from another angle, if you go back to the January videos, it's in the playlist under tutorials. And I don't remember if it was square number 2 or number 3, but it is one of those squares where I have the half double crochet, the thermal half double crochet square. And this is the thermal and not the quilted. The quilted goes from the other side. Now, what this is doing, if you're noticing, you can already start feeling the thickness of the stitch. It's closing that half double crochet down and eliminating some of that space in there. Continue this all the way to next to the last stitch once again. And then when you get to that last stitch, you're going to go in the top loop and the back loop. So the middle and the back loop. And then you're going to complete your half double crochet and chain one. And that's what your work should look like on the back side. And this is what it'll look like on the front side. Y'all, excuse me 1 second, please. Baby, put your shoes on. Okay. Peep out there and see if Auntie's out there. I can't see her from where I am. Oh, yeah, she's out there. I love you, and I'll see you when you get back. Be good. She'll be back. She has an eye doctor's appointment. Yeah, she's out there. Okay, I'm here. I hope you can hear me. I love you. Okay. Blanket number 3. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Hadijah. I appreciate you all. But that is how you do this, and you do it until you reach the length that you want, or the width, the length, yeah, the length, width, and depth. So the length of the bag. So this is what your first 3 rows look like. Okay? So that's what I want you all to work on for this week. I'm sorry, Hadijah. I'm not saying it's easy, because for some people it's not. When I first started doing the foundation row, it wasn't for me either. When I played around with the stitch until I came up with this, and I'm not saying I'm the one who created it. I've not seen it. I've been trying to research it since I first did it, and I've seen the quilted, which does it from the front, but I've not seen this one. But at any rate, um, once you start doing it, it's a little easier to do. And I promise you, this is the hardest part of the bag. This is the hardest part of the bag. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. If y'all saw my setup, you would understand. When I bring the phone down like this, I am actually using 3 emery boards and a pencil eraser, the hard rectangle eraser, so that the phone will sit up, because I'm using one of my little plastic lunch containers to sit the phone on top of, so it won't be too low and it won't be too high. You got to use what you have, right? I have one of the bed desks that you have, and when we're sitting up nice and tall, you're resting on the end of my tissue box. We got to use what we got. We have to be, what is it, industrial, what's the other thing, creative. But we all know that we're creatives anyway. So that is what I want you all to work on this week. You can do it all in a day. You can do it all. If you all want to pick this up again Tuesday, let me know. We don't have to make this a 7-week project. It can be a 7-session project. But I know that we have Luck of the Draw out there. I know we've got the Stitcher Hood. I know we've got Armchair, the Armchair Chef, Lori the Armchair Chef, has her birthday bash going on. We have a lot of things going on. And I know this, and I'm this is something that you can work on. If it's like, hey, let me work on the bag for a few minutes. If you want to do one of those 20-minute sessions, put 20 minutes into the bag. If you want to follow along with Kitty on one of those crochet with Kitty sessions, you can work on the bag. So what I want to see done, let me know in the community chat or here or however, whether you want to continue this Tuesday or if you want to come back next week and do it. I don't have a problem doing it every Saturday. That way we can focus on getting this done. And we get those done on Saturdays by I think it was the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, of June. We'll have it done wow. 23rd May, we'll have it done. So, yes, yes. Just let me know how frequently you want to work on it. We would definitely get this done. That's just the start of it. Like I said, make that as big as you want it. And what you can do when you finish that is you can end your work there. Because even though we're going to go back in with the other color, we don't want to pull that yarn around. We're actually going to work our end in as we go. And I'm going to show you how to do that when we come back Saturday. I love you guys. Please don't forget self love is the greatest love of all because you can't love others the way they deserve to be loved unless you first love yourself the way you deserve to be loved. And you deserve the best. Remember, Kitty Lane told you. Remember, Kitty Lane loves you. I love you, Mama. Thank you for being here. I love all of you and thank you for being here. But y'all saw how my face just lit up when Mama popped in. That's my rock star this week, y'all. I love you too, Auntie Leanie. You guys go and have an awesome day. Enjoy your weekend. And happy birthday to you again, my love. And I hope to see you soon. I want your son to get better. Your son is going to get better. He's going to get, we're going to speak that into existence. That's what we're going to do. But you guys know that I love you. Peace out until we meet again.